to physical touch you to death.
Hold on, we're on Snapchat.
I hate Snapchat.
Oh, how do you hate Snapchat? You're not
Hate
even
Snapchat.
on
He loves
Snapchat.
it.
I hate Snapchat so much.
You're not even on, or you're on it now, so can you love
There
it
we
for a
go.
second and smile?
Fuck you, Snapchat.
Are we ready? I'm sorry. Alex just woke up from a nap, so he's a little grumpy.
Oh, I've had boogers come out. Are you trying to get your chest hair out?
No.
I love
You
how
like
he
to
looks.
see Sean
He
Connery?
has like a, you've gotten skinnier.
Who?
What are you doing?
Alex?
Are you going to work out a lot now?
Yeah, it's all that shit I did at the
Alex?
gym, remember?
Because he's wearing black.
No, I know
Oh,
the
thanks,
difference.
babe.
I don't know. I was playing with it.
Are you not eating?
Have we met?
Okay. No, not wedding planner.
That's one of my favorite movies.
My best friend's wedding.
No, yeah,
In the
but
beginning.
Wedding Planner is one of my
Kisses.
favorite movies.
I know, it makes me feel so good about myself.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just take it back. It makes me feel good.
Well, anything with Matthew McConaughey makes me happy.
Yeah.
Especially like in his
He's
chick
so
flick
fun.
days. In his
I
chick flick
know,
days.
It's so comforting. Now he's doing all these serious roles and like can't
Ooh,
even talk roles.
What's everyone's favorite
And-
Christmas movie?
Okay, I have 3. So Home Alone, Love Actually, and The Grinch.
Love Actually is definitely up there. A lot of people say I used to look like the kid from Home Alone. Which
Macaulay
was
Culkin?
Yeah, which was a compliment back then.
Now he kind of...
It's a hot mess.
What's yours?
Love Actually. Oh, Miracle on 34th Street.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Alex doesn't like old movies.
I love old movies. I've just never seen them.
He's never seen The Sound of Music. My mom's disowning him, I
This
think.
is a confessions video.
We were listening to Christmas music and these are a few, I don't know how it goes.
Yeah.
These are a few of my favorite things. And he's like, this song sucks. And I'm like, do you even know this song?
What's your favorite Christmas song?
I know what mine is.
Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
That's so
cute.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's actually one of mine too.
And White Christmas.
That's mine too.
Chrissy's is,
Do you know?
well, you've got a couple. You like This Christmas.
Yeah, but I like the Chris Brown one, so don't kill me.
He has a good voice though. Why would
Yeah.
I kill you?
And Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time. And Feliz Navidad.
I used to love Feliz
character.
Navidad, but it was, like I first heard it when the Wiggles did it. They did it
No
on...
idea what the Wiggles are.
You don't know what the Wiggles are?
I know the Wiggle Wiggle.
You don't know what the Wiggles are? Do you know who the Wiggles are?
They're that weird kids group from Australia.
I'm sorry to all the Australian viewers that just got offended by that statement and by that statement. They were
We
a
had the
global
Teletubbies.
sensation. Well, yeah.
I dressed up as a Teletubby back in the day.
The purple one.
Yeah, actually, that's so funny that you said that.
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky.
The Wiggles did make it over here though, didn't
No, they're big here for kids.
they? See?
Okay, well,
Just not you.
She's not a kid.
I don't know if you know my age, but is Christmas your favorite holiday? Because it's mine. Like, I love like Christmas music. I love the feeling of Christmas. I like going into like all the stores and like all the hotels here, and it's like decorated, and I just love it. It makes me feel so happy. But you know, Halloween could be
I don't
your
think
favorite.
I have a
It doesn't
favorite.
matter. And it's not really Christmas because I don't really have like a belief or a religion.
It's just the
or anything.
season.
It's like the
Yeah, the
the
holiday
spirit.
season. Buying people presents.
I
But
know
I
you
can't
do.
wait until Christmas. So that's my problem.
She tried to make me open a present just now,
Yeah.
and tomorrow is when we open presents.
My mom
She can't
got
wait
her
one day.
present like a month ago. I'm like, Merry Christmas.
Did you make her open it?
It was a gift card, so I got it emailed to her. Sorry, Mom.
Terrible surprises.
She loved it. I'm
Chrissy?
really bad though. I just get too excited about stuff. It's good. I have good intentions. I'm just like too excited about
You just get
everything.
excited. It's cute. Chrissy will text me and be like, I have a prize for you. Instead of saying like surprise or present, she calls it a prize. And instead of just giving it to me as a surprise when she sees me, she'll text me
What
and
it
say
is.
she's giving me a
Nice.
prize.
It's good to build suspense.
She doesn't tell me what it is.
It's good to build. No, I don't like take a picture of it. I'm like, surprise. I'm not that bad.
I think it's cute.
Yeah.
So Halloween over Christmas. Or, okay. We're
Oh,
gonna play
Christmas
this
over
or
Halloween.
that. Christmas over Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have to pick Thanksgiving.
I like Christmas because you have the same food plus presents.
We didn't have the same food growing up.
Really?
We had a tradition where it started with my mom and her siblings were little and they all picked their favorite food. And that's what they ate for Christmas. So we literally would have English muffins, olives, and pickles for Christmas dinner. So Thanksgiving to me is more about food.
Yeah.
And we never celebrated Christmas on Christmas Day. We celebrated on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah, me too. Because my family's Mexican, so that's what we celebrate tomorrow.
I don't know what my family's excuse is, but... And then...
Impatience.
So...
Pickles can't stay
it
in the
was
jar.
amazing. No, but it was awesome because Santa would come on Christmas Eve and everyone else... Or he would come on Christmas Eve during the day.
So pretty much Santa liked your family better.
Yeah, he liked us way more.
Alex, Christmas or Thanksgiving?
I mean, I've only got like 2 Thanksgivings to reference, so I don't really have a childhood memory of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it would have to be Christmas. I don't even know if I'm a fan of Christmas either. I guess I am. Like, I enjoy it.
He's a Grinch.
So, what's your favorite, like, Christmas character?
Well, I love Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, because he was like the underdog and everyone hated him. And then he saved Christmas.
Justice meter.
So, suck on that.
Yeah.
Blitzen. I don't even know the...
Donner
and Blitzen. And they didn't let him play any reindeer games. And then he saved Christmas, so suck on that.
I mean, because he's just so cute. The Grinch or the Who's from Whoville. Because...
The cartoon or the Jim Carrey?
Oh, really?
That's another... Which one do you prefer? Cartoon Grinch or...
Oh, my God.
Live
cartoon.
action? Yeah, me too.
Cartoon.
Does Hugh Grant in Love Actually count?
Yes.
No.
Actually, it does. I love when he
What's
doesn't want to
your
answer.
favorite part or best part of Love Actually?
Oh, God, really?
What's like...
Okay, I'll
what's
tell
the
you.
funniest part?
The funniest.
Or,
Can I tell
or
you
your
my
favorite?
most feeling? The
Just your
feeling.
favorite, the
And
feels.
ladies, you probably would like totally understand this if you've ever had your heart broken. I like literally cried when what's her name? The couple, the older couple, the Prime Minister's sister.
Oh, and Severus Snape.
When she was opening up her Christmas present and opened up the CD.
And it was for the secretary.
And because she knew that her husband was buying a necklace and thought it was for her.
And it was for the
And
secretary.
it was for his secretary. And she opened the CD of, well, you know.
It was Joni
It
Mitchell.
was Joni Mitchell, which obviously she's amazing. But, and then that heartbreak that she felt in that moment, but how she like covered it up and still was strong for her kids. And I know a lot of, I just felt that. Like, I can cry every single time I see that. Because she was an amazing actress. She did it perfectly. And I've like been there in my own way, you know, in past relationships where you just like, you feel it, you know something, and you can't really address it in that moment. So you gotta like, you know, cover it up and then it makes you question your whole relationship, you know? So that's like the most heartfelt part of that movie. And I think she did it so well. So I want to give her an applause.
That's got your vote. But, yeah.
That's not very happy.
Mine's a happy one, though.
Go on.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Mine's when Colin Firth, he loves the Italian girl. I think she's Italian. And he goes to, like, chase after her. He goes to Italy.
Oh, really?
And there's, where does he go?
Wait. She's not, no.
What is she?
Yeah.
She's not Italian.
No, she's... Wait, okay.
She's Spanish?
Which part?
Portuguese. She's from Portugal.
Oh, she's from Portugal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite part then is...
Thanks.
My favorite part is when Colin Firth, he loves the girl from Portuguese, and he goes and meets her family, and none of them have any idea what he's saying. And there's the language barrier, but they love you. Yeah, but they love you. They're like, you can have her.
Yeah.
And he loves her so much.
That's literally my favorite part of the whole movie.
It makes me happy.
Favorite.
And because his wife cheated on him with his brother, I think.
That was so rude.
And then he finds someone that's better.
Yeah.
Even though they spoke a different language.
That's my favorite part
It's so
of the whole
cute.
movie.
another person hasn't been hit on the street. Yeah. It's either between the first time you see the porn stars working together, that's really fucking funny.
So funny.
Or the one that's like probably got more of my vote is the Rowan Atkinson scene where he's gift wrapping the present, and then
Who's that?
Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
Oh, Mr. Bean.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson, where he's like, would you like it in a gift box?
And he was like,
would you like it in a gift bag? And he's got like,
oh, and he's trying to hurry up and get it done.
and he's like sprinkling the stuff and.
No, and then when he came back at the end of the movie and helped the little kid go, remember he was like, they weren't going to let the little kid through the gate.
Right.
And then he was like, I must have lost my boarding pass.
Oh, yeah, and starts looking for it. Yeah, that's
I love
great.
how he came back and he did that for him.
Yeah,
you know?
that was brilliant. So viewers, what's your favorite scene in Love Actually?
Because I know you've seen it. Let's just be real.
Comment below.
Or if you haven't, what's your favorite holiday movie?
Ooh. So I've had these two incredible people working for me for the last 2 years. And I found Alex on the side of the street. I'm just kidding.
It's only
That's where I found him too.
We adopted him.
It's usually where people find me.
Yeah.
No, Alex and I started working together about 2 years ago. And I couldn't be more thankful for what you do for me and TLC and how we've created this whole thing together. And every video you've watched, every article you've seen, every love post you've come across on the Instagram, on Facebook, because Lord knows I'm too old to be, I was going to say the F word, dealing with that. It's these two. Every day they make my vision a reality. And so I just want to say that now this is our second Christmas together. Thank you guys so much for being my family and for taking care of these people and loving them. They're somewhere around there. We're talking to someone, right? You press record?
Oh.
Yeah, I just love you guys, and thank you for loving them as much as I love them. Everyone, this is Chrissy, and this is Alex, and my name is Crystal.
So
Too bad we should do a shot. We should do a shot.
I mean, we could all have a glass of wine, too. We're back in the
Get up here.
Get up here now. This is my dog, my son.
What up, dog?
Cheers.
Cheers. And we're back. Ooh. Okay, we're back at the questions. Did I scream in your ear?
He's used to it.
What?
Why are you so stoic on camera? Okay, so
He's kind of boring.
So we're just asking everything holidays right now, and we were talking about Love Actually and favorite holiday characters, and right now I'm moving on to favorite presents. What was like your favorite president? That took a turn somewhere. Lincoln.
Definitely Kennedy. Yeah. For sure. He's easily the best president.
Definitely not going to say much. What was your favorite present
That you've ever
had? Or even, like, one that you can think of. You probably, like, after we film this, you probably be like, oh my God. But
there's a 50-50 chance it could have been a Christmas present, so I'll just go with it. But it was one of those, I'm sure everyone got one of these at some point. I was really into art as a kid, and I would draw a lot. And I got one of those great little metal cases that had all the little, like, markers. Mm-hmm. It had, like, every art thing. So it had, like, your little paintbrush with your little watercolors, and then it had, like, your little markers, and then had all these pencils. But it was so cool because it was in, like, a metal briefcase.
Aww,
it was like, you're
amazing.
an art
what did you do?
agent or whatever. But yeah, that just stands out in my mind for some reason. It's like probably the most excited I've ever been for a present. You know, I probably got better presents than that, but that stands out.
That's cool.
Whatever stands
Just
out.
like a little simple art set. What about you?
There's been so many There's so many memories that stand out because Christmas has been such a huge thing for me. But growing up, you know, we have like big Christmases because we have like I have a Mexican family, so there's like 500 people.
She's related to
we
like
just
all
like
of
pretty
Mexico.
much bring all of Mexico back into Vegas. But definitely we would have like our Christmas trees like filled with presents. Like the whole living room is filled with presents. It takes like 6 hours to get through everyone.
Yeah.
But being the young kids, I remember it was me and my 2 other cousins. It would be me, Natalie, if you're watching, and my cousin Alexis, and we would have all the presents. So when we were in our early life, we would have like, I don't know, like the convertible Barbie cars and like all the Barbies in the world, every Barbie you've ever thought of. And then later on in life, which was kind of a switch for the worse, but kind of cool, we got into Pokemon. And
oh my god,
I didn't even know how to play the game.
I did.
Phone call.
Snapchat. No, Snapchat.
Oh, it's a Snapchat. Going back to Pokemon, I'm always keeping up with the trends.
Online?
But Pokemon was like the thing for me and my cousin Natalie, and we would like we were obsessed with like collecting the cards.
Did you have a Game Boy?
Yeah.
Did you play it? Did you like play?
You know,
True
I
Pokemon?
didn't. I know Natalie did,
Okay.
but not me. Yeah.
Okay.
But we would be obsessed with getting cards. So the whole Christmas, I remember it was before my grandfather died, which is literally, he passed away 18 years ago, 2 days ago.
Wow.
And he was like our heart and soul. But he made sure he got every card packet that he could possibly get us for Christmas so that we can see if we got, because it's always a surprise when you open up the card.
There's one shiny one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've already got the shiny one.
Charizard.
Yeah.
And he would get every
I don't know
single
Charizard.
package in the store for us
Is
to
that good?
open up presents.
That's
And
amazing.
that's literally the best Christmas ever, I think, that I can think of.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
I didn't know how to play, but
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, I sent Crystal this photo from a store the other day, and it took me a lot of self-control not to buy it. So,
Was it the
That was so
piggy
funny.
bank?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that? Gotta save them all. There you go.
That's clever. Mine was a keyboard, like an electric keyboard that I always wanted because I thought I was going to be like in Coldplay. Probably I was like going to take Chris Martin's place in Coldplay. I was like 12 at the time. And I died to have a keyboard. And my mom got me one. My mom was amazing. She always got me everything I wanted except for a Barbie Jeep. But I got over it eventually.
So, Mom, if you're watching.
And
please.
I learned how to play. I remember I learned how to play 2 songs on it. And it was Vanessa Carlton. What was that song? She's like, making my way
Thousand
downtown. That song. I could do the intro and I was so proud of myself. And Clocks by Coldplay.
Oh, the 2 best.
And that's it. And then I gave up. Sorry, Mom.
But if you want to get her a Jeep, a Barbie Jeep.
But I will still take that Barbie Jeep.
She'll
And I
accept.
might fit in it. I might need to lose a couple pounds.
You
But
probably would fit.
I could probably fit. So,
So, she wants it.
let me know.
The worst present I ever
Oh,
saw.
I don't want
worst.
to say the worst because that's mean.
I don't even know. I don't
Well,
mind
I love
saying it.
everything I
It's
get.
not
I don't
like
mind saying it.
well, I don't think people intend to give like the worst present, like a pair of socks. It's like a bad present, but it's
That's
also
actually-
not a bad
It's
That's
present.
like
actually
my
the
dream
best
present.
present
Yeah,
now.
like I love socks.
When you're a kid, it's like, yes.
I
I said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you don't want those kinds of presents. When you're an adult, you appreciate those. It's like very practical.
Yeah.
It's like, those are things you need. I have
Like
like
clothes.
holes in my socks.
You hated getting clothes when you were little. I'd open it and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yeah.
I need clothes. Yes. So those are good things.
The funniest, I mean, it was funny for us, although it was either so traumatizing that my brother has forgotten about it, or it's so traumatizing that he would never forget about it. And I hope he's watching this and remembers this. But my mom bought, our tree was just, because there was like 6 of us, our tree was just packed full of presents underneath. It was just so excessive. And then there was this big, like, cylinder tub, like kind of a bucket sort of thing. And it was so exciting because it was so big. And then when it came for the time for my older brother Ben to open it, it was a car washing kit. And he didn't own a car, and it was to clean the family car. And it was funny, but not funny for him. Like, I would have been pissed, but
it's funny now. Like, I'm trying to go through my, like, all my millions of years of, you know, being alive.
Yeah, what are you, 50? 49.
She's a dinosaur.
Pretty close. And I can't really think.
Yeah, it's like,
I'll be back in a second.
You're going to rehab for Christmas. That's your Christmas.
We're all going. So I'm going to say it without him, but
it was something Alex got me.
Because it was something else. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably not, because I pick all of your presents.
I know. No, you guys get me good presents because you know me. I definitely can't remember something that I really didn't like.
I can't either.
I really can't. Like, I feel like it's really hard for people to pick out presents, you know? And, like, it comes usually from the heart. Like, you know, it's, even if they don't know what you really want, they feel good about it.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, I get people and family members and friends who always say, oh my God, you shouldn't have gotten me this. Why did you get me this? And it's like, because I want to. Like, that's the whole point of Christmas, is like, you don't get it because you specifically want to, like, you expect all this praise. It's like, you do it because you want to, hopefully.
Thank you. That's what I was saying to him today.
Yeah.
Because he was like,
welcome back.
That's what I was saying. Because Alex goes, he says, we spent a lot on presents this year. I'm like, yeah, but it's fun to me.
But then what did I say after?
I don't remember.
I said, as long as you're doing it because you actually want to do it, and not because of some fear that you feel obligated or that you feel pressured because you need to buy presents for these people. As long as you're doing it to fill yourself up and that you actually want to do it, not because there's some obligation to...
I'm sorry. People are just Snapchatting.
You're so good at Snapchatting.
I guess. I'm famous. Blowing up.
Totally. Watch out, Kylie.
I mean...
Which we did, well, she did. We did a video about FOMO. No,
it was
buying presents out of fear. Yeah.
We did do a...
FOMO is a different video.
Yeah. I feel like every present I've ever gotten, you know, someone thought, you know, it felt good to them to get it for me. So I didn't really have any attachment of it being bad. Nobody got me a car washing kit, so I probably would have felt some type of way about that.
I wouldn't know how to feel with that. That's why I need to ask my brother.
Except for next time we're doing this, can you guys tell me so I can, like, actually...
It's cool that we're cash, though.
You don't look cash. You're wearing a glittery turtleneck.
Let's just be real. I do look cash besides the glittery turtleneck.
No, you don't. You look hot.
Yeah, thanks.
Come on, Santa. Oh, can we talk about how Oprah is doing Weight Watchers?
No.
Okay, because I just saw that today.
Being a kid, I know in my childhood, I had, like, such a bomb. Every Christmas cakes. Shut up.
I'm looking at this little thing.
Oh, probably drinking wine was, like, not a good idea.
Sperm moving in the air.
Wait, a spur or a sperm?
She didn't say sperm.
I did say
you did.
Clearly, I'm like trying to get pregnant here.
She would not say sperm.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Stop. You're not... Alex is a lightweight. He shouldn't have drank wine.
Okay. Are we ready?
Right. Alrighty then. Alright.
So we talked about our presents, our cool presents when we were growing up. But there were a couple of times when, you know, when you're like hitting adulthood, when you have to be the one that buys the
Christmas
presents.
is easy when you're a kid. If you're a kid, it's like you are so sheltered from the realities of Christmas.
Sometimes.
And every holiday for that matter. But
and
it's
then
like,
you get adult, and then you become an adult, and you're like, oh, I have to
do this.
I have to do.
Yeah, and I have to do somehow what was done to me. And it's so funny, like, I've definitely had thoughts, or even like, it's so funny with Chrissy as well, because, you know, she just wants to open the presents early. But on when I was a kid, I remember, and you remember this as a kid so much, like, we weren't allowed to open any presents until everyone was out of bed and everyone was like, had chilled out and we were all ready to open presents. But as a kid, you just like, you wake up and you see all these, you just want to open one, you take it into like mom and dad, and it's like, I could picture that if I was with my kids, something in me would be like, no, you can't open the presents until like everyone's together, or until like we're all ready to open presents, you know, and just like passing that belief or that projection on to your kids, even though you don't like have to. It's just what was given to you, you know?
Yeah. It becomes like a belief. But like, let's be real, how hard is it to be like, when you just remember like those first, like in your early, even in like your early 20s or whatever, when you're like now working and you know, you're not making that much. And then you still have like a huge family to buy presents for, because when you were growing up, you've always had presents, right? Everyone bought presents for each other.
Yeah.
Because I remember like a few times when I was like living in San Diego, I was struggling to pay bills, and but our family is so big on Christmas, and I have like, you know, I told you like 500 people in my family.
All of Mexico, essentially.
And, you know, all of Mexico, and then my mom's side of the family. I mean, it was just, I didn't know what do you do? And it was always like something where I feel like I wasn't, if you can't buy presents for your family, like you can't leave anyone out. Like you can't pick the best people that you can afford for, you know? Like you can't, I mean, you do have your favorite family members, let's just be real. But
wait, what?
But you can't just buy for them, especially when everyone's going to be together and you're like struggling to make do. And I know that there's a lot of ladies that I talk to now where like the holidays when you're a kid, it was like this joyful time, right? It was like this like time where you're like, you didn't have to worry about a thing.
Anything, yeah.
And then you get into adulthood and it becomes like something that's like an obligation. And like you feel like it's an expectation of like you to buy all these presents, and you have to get the right one, and you have to spend all your money, and you don't even have enough for your bills and stuff like that. And I feel like that's something to talk about. Like, have you ever had an experience like that?
I haven't.
I mean, you're pretty young.
Yeah.
But
See, yeah.
Can
like,
we just stop for a second? Did you smell that?
Did he fart?
Astro just farted.
He looks so happy though.
Yeah, he looks pieced out. Like
Go over there and smell him real quick.
Why do you want me to go and smell your dog's fart? Like, I can
5, 4,
smell
3,
it from
2,
here.
1, now.
Yeah, I don't think I can relate to having any kind of obligation to buy people presents, but I don't really feel any obligations in other areas of my life either. I could definitely see how like some families that are very gift and like acts of service oriented might feel like they need to go above and beyond every year and be better than last year and like do that kind of stuff. And especially when it's a big family as well. You need to do something for everyone.
Yeah.
But then I would imagine that there's got to be some sort of weak link in that as well, where someone goes above and beyond for people and like does stuff, and then like someone else doesn't reciprocate it, and then that goes into something else as well.
Yeah, well, I know like in a lot of, like for my family personally, I mean, when I was I didn't have enough money, I didn't have enough money buying Christmas presents. I was like struggling. Like San Diego, when I first moved to San Diego, I went there to go to school and I started working, and even just to work, you have to pay for parking. Anybody in San Diego knows. So, I mean, I was definitely struggling in the early part of my like adulthood. But what I love about my family is like they never really like put that pressure on you. It's just you just kind of put that pressure on yourself, because you feel like now that you're an adult, you
Which
have
a lot of people do, right?
Expectation.
It's not even like...
Yeah, you have your own expectation of like you want to give, but you know that you can't. So I know a lot of people that put themselves like even in debt, you know, to try to give to their family. And we've done a video about that, you know, like the fear of giving. And but I had to learn that, because it's like, you know, from what I thought growing up was, oh my God, we have these huge, like this huge Christmas full of like presents under the tree. And when you're younger, you feel like that's what it's about, you know, because you're getting those presents. Yeah. So you think that that's what it's about. But like understanding that the holidays isn't that, like getting presents, although it feels good, and giving presents feels good, that's not what it's about, you know? Like, it's all about hanging out with people that you love, either in this setting or, like, you know, with a group of people, and possibly, like, you know, presents under the tree. But I think that, like, a lot of the people now I see, like, that are going, like, young adults, feel like it's a necessary thing. Like, it's that expectation part of giving, rather than it being like, I know I can give and I have the money to, or I have, like, the sources to, and it feels good. That we start, like, when I was younger, I felt like, oh my God, I have to figure out a way to, you know, provide, like, 500 presents under the tree for my family members. And it didn't work out. I felt stressed. I felt like the holidays, it went from, like, growing up feeling like, oh my God, it was, like, this, like, amazing time, to it being, like, the most stressful time, because it's like you're trying to figure out your own life and then how to give to people. And, you know, we've done videos on that, and I've obviously grown from that, but I see a lot of people going through the same thing. And, you know, one of our greatest teachings and things that we stand by, and you were talking about the obligation, like, men don't really usually feel that obligation.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But some do. And so I think the good thing that we stand behind is, if you're going to give from a place that you know is full, you know. So if you're going to buy presents and you're going to give to someone, make sure that it's coming from a good place and not an expectation of feeling good enough, or feeling like you're worthy of your family's love, or give from a place that's full. And if you don't have the money to give, then don't give presents. Make sure that you fill up your love, you know, your love.
A lot of people just need to be told, like, how much you, like, depending on their love languages, and that's a whole other thing, like, telling someone how much you care about them, it can be way more effective than buying them something. Like, if you just look them in the eye and have a genuine conversation and say, hey, I know I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm so glad to be here with you, and I'm so glad that we could catch up. Like, that can mean way more
and being
than
present.
Like, hey, I got you this.
When you're, like, with your family, like, you don't have to, you know, I know in my family, they don't care about presents, although I thought my whole life it was about presents, because I was the one receiving presents, you know? So you think about that. But the thing with family, they just want to be around you. They want an excuse to spoil you, and if you have the means to do that, by all means do it, you know, if you feel it's coming from, like, a full place. But if not, then, like what he was saying, like, I love, now everyone asks me what I want. And all I want is to spend time. Like, my love language, he keeps talking about the love languages, so we'll put the book link down here.
It's right there. I can see it.
Can you go grab it?
Okay, hang on.
Pause.
Boom.
Dunzo. So this is the book that we're talking about.
The audio book is really
Chapman.
fun as well. He's really fun to listen to. He's like very southern.
I love him.
Can't do the accent. Yeah,
He
he's a real
talks about
cutie.
the 5 love languages, which is words of affirmation,
Quality time.
deeds of service, quality time, physical touch, and gifts, which will mislead some people because they're like, oh my God, what if my family are all gifts? That's not true. So gifts can come in different ways. Like, for me, a gift, I mean, I'm also just like a quality time type of person.
Now you're Southern.
I'm Michelle speaking. So our Southern gals are gonna be like, oh my God. Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely important for you to find out the love languages of the people that you're around, because gifts aren't all that's important, you know? And you put so much pressure on yourself to do all the things that you're doing, and we all, like, have struggles and life stuff, and the holidays are meant to be loving and fun, and spend time with the people you love.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that homemade gifts can be cheap and honestly mean more to me usually than stuff that's bought from a store.
Yeah.
Like, my sister, for this holiday, she just sent me pictures from her wedding that she had printed out, which probably wasn't really expensive.
Yeah.
But it meant that she took the time to go through, pick out what pictures of us that meant a lot to her.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me. And, like, if somebody's taking the time to make you something, that to me is a lot more thoughtful than somebody just going to a store and buying you something.
100%.
And it can be cheaper too.
Yes, 100%.
So I love homemade stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's like an amazing option also.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And my sister actually, it's funny because I love her. I love your sister, by the way. She's so cute. Kind of the same personality, so it's probably.
We're the same person.
My sister also makes homemade gifts, and today she was like, you're probably not going to like what I give you, but I wanted to make it for you. And she got like a burn on her finger because you used the hot glue and all those things. Like, that means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't, you know, like, for you to show your love in your own way, that means something to me. And if it doesn't mean something to your family, then whatever. As long as it comes from a place that makes you feel good, that's all that matters. And if you don't have the means to buy your family gifts, show up in other ways. Like what you were saying is, you know, if you know that you can, you know, talk about or like be present with the person that you're with, or show your love in words of affirmation, like, thank you so much. You mean everything to me. Or if it's physical touch, like in this book, it says, like, if you know your family member is all about the touchy, huggy feeling.
Hugs.
Yeah.
Like
I think we're all of the above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show up in other ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
It can be, well, because like Christmas is like the season of giving, but yeah, like make sure you're giving. If you really want to impact that person and you want to show love to them, like make sure you're giving in a way that feels good to them. Some people are gifts. The book expresses that maybe like 5 to 10% of the population are actually like gifts are their love languages. Most people are physical touch, acts of service, quality time, and words of affirmation, the other 4. Gift is sort of the rare one, which is really funny around this time of year. It's like there are so many other ways that you can just show people that you love them and tell people that you love them through other means instead of like, hey, I bought this for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely don't want to, you know, you don't want to have like a negative meaning, you know, during the holidays or any time for that matter, like birthdays, like whatever holidays that are important to you guys. I think it's just make sure that no matter what you're doing, you're giving from a full place and not something that's like you need to do.
Yeah. This is my favorite sort of self-help / personal development tool in the whole world. So like,
I love languages.
Growing up in the industry and knowing just about, like hearing everyone's different little tools and techniques, this is easily my favorite, easiest to understand, easiest to comprehend, most effective in just like
all around
understanding people and connecting with
really
people. This is definitely the best tool. You don't even need to read the book. Just have someone explain it to you, or I'm sure there's tons of articles out there.
And we'll actually do something now. So what is I already know what yours is.
I know what mine
But we'll talk about it. Yeah, we all know what ours is. So
yeah. My
comment
top 2.
below, out of these 5, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch, which one you are. Comment below.
You're 1 or 2. You're primarily 1 or 2.
You can be all of them, but there's one that's
there's
primary
like ranking
to
up.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, we'll tell you ours, but what's yours?
Mine? I am words of affirmation and physical touch.
100%.
Did you know that?
Yes, of course. I know everyone.
Do you know what mine are?
Yes, but go ahead.
Okay. Quality time and acts of service.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. And mine are quality time and acts of service.
Oh.
Yeah.
We are the same person.
Yeah. Andrew's my man. His is physical touch and acts of service.
Most men are physical touch.
100%.
Most.
For me, I've had to learn in our relationship is because I'm like touchy. I like give hugs but that doesn't mean you're a physical touch kind of gal. Like a lot of women like me.
Seems you like to hug people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like, but what I've had to understand is like, for me, quality time means venting and talking and like having my man understand me and those things. But what we're talking about, we tend to show our love in the way that we know, in the way that we receive it. And our partners or the people around us may not receive it in the same way. And so we may feel like, oh my God, but I'm doing all these things. But our partner may feel like, yeah, I don't feel it, you know, because they feel that their language is completely different. So what I've had to learn with Andrew is touching is really, really important to him. So whether it's, because he's not a talker. Like, guys aren't usually talkers, which I am. Like, I need you to look at me. I need you to sit down. I need you to understand what I'm saying, which you may or may not understand, but I need you to be there. And for him, he doesn't need to vent. He doesn't need to do all those things. He just needs to know that I'm, like, here with him. And, like, I'm, like, oh, just, like, little... I love how I'm, like, touching him. Like, oh! That's not how I touch him.
Married to her.
I'm like, oh! But it is important even with the people you work with, the people that you're friends with, the people, your family. Like, it's really important, you know? It doesn't mean, like, you're touching in a different way. Like, some people are very touchy-feeling. So, like, if I'm like, oh, Alex, like, this is how it's going to get his attention, you know? So those are things that are really important. People you work with, if she feels like words of affirmation was hers, which isn't, but if that's a big deal to her, then I need to express my gratitude for her in the way that she receives it, and that's how she hears it, you know. And if that's yours, or you have to, like, talk to people in their love language, which is what I love about that book. Yeah, because nobody would ever think of that. Because you think that you're giving love in your way.
Easily the best tool, and if you're not aware of it or those tools, go and read about it. It'll change your life completely, instantly almost.
I think, it's like an easy book too. Yeah. I mean, it's really easy.
So one other thing that I just remembered was that years ago, I think it was the last Christmas I spent in Australia, it's probably the last time my siblings and I were all together. There's 4 of us on my dad's side, and my dad took us to a homeless shelter, or just a sort of like small event where they had opened their doors to the homeless and the people that didn't have any money or needed, something on Christmas. And just now, just made me think, we're here talking about presents, like, oh, what if you can't afford presents for people? Like, I mean, if those are your kind of problems, you're doing better than, like, some people out there as well that literally...
Most people in the world.
Yeah, most people in the world, but in your community.
Not just some, like, you are in the 1% of people.
These are what we call first world problems.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not to dilute your problem, but it is to say that, these are just...
Yeah, problems are problems. Like, everyone has problems. And like, life isn't about, somewhere over the rainbow, there's no more problems. Like, everyone has problems. And we never escape them. We just sort of have what's called better quality problems. Yeah. But especially, I mean, this goes for any time of the year and any point in your life, but Christmas is just a great opportunity for it. If you're feeling down and sort of bad about yourself, or just where you are, or any kind of depression, or whether you've been exploring it yourself and you don't know why you feel it, or you just feel unfulfilled, giving back and going to places like shelters or food kitchens or places where they're just giving food or stuff or services, or just being there for people, giving your time and energy to other people. 100%. It's so rewarding, and it's something I'll never forget, and I'm so glad that my dad had us go there. And it was beautiful. We're these young... I mean, my brother's, he would have been 22, which is how old I am now. But we're this family, and we were able to go there and do these things for other people. And it was so rewarding. And just know that, like, at Christmas or any time of the year, if you are feeling bad or unfulfilled, like, giving is usually the answer. Like, giving to someone else. And being there for someone else is so rewarding, and it's something that can just get you out of any kind of depression or slump whatsoever. And Christmas is such a beautiful opportunity and time to do that, because there are families and people that just have pretty much nothing and really need that.
They need it.
And so it's not to say, oh, you should feel guilty about all your presents and guilty about what you're doing. Like, whatever you're doing is perfect.
Or guilty about your problems.
Yeah.
The problems you're having. But
it's not about guilt, but just know that, like, if it's something you can do and are able to do, it's such a beautiful thing. And it's not like you need to do it every Christmas or every day or every month, week, or year or whatever. But especially if you're in some sort of bad place yourself, or you just don't know what's going on with yourself, but you know that you're feeling negative or bad, it's such a great way to turn things around and to see things from a different perspective.
Because you have power, you know, as like, you know, powerless as we may feel at times, you do have power and you do have the ability to help someone else. And yeah, we all have problems, and they range in, you know, every spectrum of the scale. But if you feel like you're stuck, the best way to get unstuck is to help someone else who's stuck, to help someone else who is probably more powerless than you, because you do have power. And I think that puts you in perspective. It puts you in a place where you're feeling more, you know, grateful and gratitude for where you are and the things that you have, you know, because problems, I mean, they're endless. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter how happy you are, problems exist everywhere, you know? And so it puts you in perspective. It makes you understand that although problems are all around us, you know, there's somebody who has more problems than you. And it's not to make you feel any less, but it's to say that you have a purpose. You have a duty and you have something to do.
And you're able to help.
Yeah.
And you're able, because you have the power to help somebody. So no matter what, you know, everyone has every person that you know, every person that you idolize, every person that you look at, everybody has problems. They might be different than yours, but you have the ability to help somebody who
is less
needs
fortunate.
You.
Yeah, and
who may not be less fortunate in your own definition of the word, but may need you, may need what you have in this very moment. So they might have more money than you, and they might have all these things, but they might need you, or they might have less than what you have. And so it's just less, they may have problems that you can help. And I think that we might not think that we have that power, and we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it helps me.
Yeah.
Puts my ass in check quite a few times. All right, so we're done with our wine. We've gone through a lot of stuff today. And I just want to wish you guys a happy holidays. I mean, because Merry Christmas is
happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah's over.
Yeah, Hanukkah's over.
Kwanzaa.
And whatever you celebrate at home, whether it's for the holidays or not, or if you're just spending time with your family, well, we love you. Mwah.
Ooh, we could do like a whole Christmas. No, I was thinking like, what is this song?
Physical
Oh.
touch.
I like to hurt
Are you
him.
physical
No,
touch?
I hurt him or I annoy him. I like to like follow him around and rub him.
I know.
And he's
me
like,
too.
stop. And I'm like, baby, it's just your physical touch. I like pinch his nipples and I go, it's physical touch.